Catching these traits feels like I'll never catch a break. Ain't enough grace for me to make the same mistakes. Might take a while to get used to all these changes.
We are now approaching adulthood. This is a one-way trip. This area is known for its pickpockets. So as you are stepping off the train, please remember to hold on to your heart, your integrity, and if you can, your innocence. Be safe.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start. It's almost 3:33. 3:33. Wow, I will be starting my podcast at 3:33. That's very much so like me. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the very first episode of season 4 of Black Girl Overthinking podcast with your favorite host of all time, right? Anyway, your favorite host of all time, Ariami, or a lot of you just may know me as Ray, like Ray of Sunshine, you know? So, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, you guys. Like, it's been, I don't even know how long. Like, I need to stop saying I don't even know. I'm gonna try to be accurate with y'all. It's been a little minute since the last episode, and I feel like I have so many episodes from season 1 through 3 of me and Asia saying, oh my gosh, so sorry, it's been a minute, it's been some time, and then we come back after taking some time. Well, hopefully this is the last time that it's done in this season. If you guys have not already noticed, there is only one half to this equation here. And that is because in the theme, you know, it goes perfectly along with the theme of this episode, which is the fear of starting over. Asia is starting over in a new chapter of her life where she's just more committed to herself and focusing on her artistry and her kids and just her overall well-being, which I can't do nothing but respect. And I'm very happy for her in the next chapters that she is going to step in with all the tools that she needs. But she is no longer a part of BGO up front, meaning behind the camera. Yeah, or no, in front of the camera. But she will still be rooting us on and supporting us through other endeavors. So, moving forward from this episode on and for the rest of the seasons, it's just gonna be me. And then also whenever we have some special guests, of course, because even, I think in every season except the third season, we've had a guest speaker come in. I know in season 2 we had so many. Season 1 was like, you know, I can't even say that because season 1, very first episode, it started with 3 people. Oh my gosh, this is like an elimination thing. It started with 3 of us, then it got down to 2. Now there's only 1 remaining. Damn, that's kind of crazy to think about it that way. But anywho, she's starting a new chapter, I'm starting a new chapter, and I'm glad that you guys are here nonetheless. So, we're gonna get into the world topics in the news. Okay, I have to be frank with you guys. So, I don't so much as care about the world news right now. Like, I've been very to myself in a sense, but also if it's just not pertaining to me or the people around me, I don't really much care for it unless it's affecting me immediately, because I know the things that are going on in the news, they're gonna affect all of us, but at some point. So, but I just feel like I would rather not focus on it if it's not pertaining and gonna affect me like right now. So I don't know if that's healthy or not. I feel like in order for me to keep on going and moving forward, that's what's healthy for me. Because just sitting there dwelling or like really just microscoping everything that's going on, I feel like it would drive you insane. And like once I started to get older and become like the adult now, which I barely feel like an adult, and I'm 25. I do not feel like, I feel like now I am. Like this is like, oh shit, I'm grown. I'm paying bills. I'm taking care of my family. I'm taking care of a kid. I have a kid. I get to make my own decisions. I have doctor's appointments. I have to file my taxes. I have to go get this fixed on my car. Holy shit. There's so much for me to do. I have to have insurance on almost every fucking thing. And I'm like really in charge of another human being. And what I do could shape his future. So I have to be careful in the things that I do. So it's just like, yeah, that's insane to me. That is enough for me to focus on than focusing on like, we're just gonna call them minute things to me. It is some world crazy shit going on, but like, yeah, I just rather not focus on that, especially because the whole point in like mission and goal of this podcast is to help people. It's supposed to help you to feel better about yourself, to help you grow, to help you come to the nasty, hard truths about yourself, but to accept them and to embrace them and to work through them and to just keep elevating as a person. So, I don't know. I feel like we could really do without all the extraness right now. Yeah, there's much more important things for us to talk about, especially if you listen to this podcast 9 times out of 10. What is the name of the podcast? It's called Black Girl Overthinking. So that should help you identify one of your problems right there. Let's start just working on that. Like, okay, we're gonna call this like an 8-layered cake. It is layers to this. Right now we're on the overthinking. Everything else is still there and it still needs to be attended to. But like my gym teacher used to tell me when I was younger, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, yeah, bear with me. Yeah, I said all of that to say that's why World Topics is set up the way that it is. Initially, when I first started this podcast, Asia and I were like, when it comes to World Topics, like we need to include it because we want to keep you guys informed, because I want this to be a entertaining and like self-helping self-help feeling kind of podcast, but I want it to be informative. And I feel like in a lot of ways, like we're very informative, but like I just want to make sure that the goal and the focus is still to like enlighten you guys about things that you didn't know, like about yourself, or like the things that you think about. I feel like that's a better focus than like focusing on other people or like gossiping or shit like that. Like don't get me wrong, we still gonna spill some tea, we still gonna kiki and do what it do, but we just also need to focus on the betterment of us. When you listen to this podcast, after you finish listening to this podcast, I just really want you to have like a takeaway moment, like, damn, I never thought of it like that. Or I just noticed that is something that I do and it may not be good for me. But since I'm able to identify the problem, now that I'm listening to this podcast, I can apply these solutions to it as well. because not everybody has somebody there in their personal lives that they can like lean on or like enlighten them about these kind of issues, especially because I feel like some of the, not even some of, but like a lot of the things that we talk about are very vulnerable subjects, which that's another reason why I love this podcast, because we were able to be vulnerable with you guys, and you guys are vulnerable with us whenever you send us in your questions. I just feel like we just have a great balance going on. So yeah, like I said, I know it is like a lot of people may not have that. So to the people that listen to us, I would hope and I would be like very thankful if when you guys listen to this podcast that you take that away, like, damn, okay, somebody do care about me. And it's also trying to encourage me and tell me things that I didn't know before without bashing me or judging me, because they have also went through this and try to overcome it. Okay, so let's get into the meat and the nitty gritty of this episode, which is today's topic. And today's topic is about the fear of starting over. Yeah, okay, so we're not just talking about starting over, we're talking about the fear of starting over and how that affects us and just how we can get through that in general, because we're all doing our best. I know I am. Okay, starting over isn't about just flipping and getting through a few pages. It's about writing a whole new book. And when you think about it, it's just like, I don't know, growing up, I was told that fear and excitement and nervousness stem from like the same place, which when you sit down and think about it, it does kind of make sense, because like that feeling that you have is just like, it's uncertainty and it's unknown, and it's like you just don't know. But like that's also exciting, but that can also be scary. So it just depends on how you look at it. Me personally, just reflecting on where I am now, I feel like there have been so many moments and like pivotal times in my life where I was like, I don't know what the fuck is coming next, but like, I'm tired of being here. I do want to continue to grow and to elevate and like to just be better, but the only way that you're gonna do that is if you take that step. And it's like there's so much comfort in being surrounded by things that you already know, and because of that familiarity that comes with that, it makes it harder for us to step out of our comfort zone, out of that box, but not even knowing that just you taking that one step alone has made your growth skyrocket. There have been so many times that I felt like that. Even I can say in like when I moved to California, like from Houston. So Houston is all I knew. Houston is all I knew. So in the back of my head, I always felt like I want to go out there and explore and like see different stuff. Like I definitely don't want to die not being able to have explored a little bit of the world that I lived in. Like there's so much more outside of than just what I'm used to and what I see. So I just felt like I needed to do that, like for myself. And it was very exciting because I was like, I never been here before. So like I get to experience all these new people, these different places, these new experiences. Like everything was just so cool, but it was scary. But I was excited at the same time, because also I'm like, I want my son to see that, for one, because me growing up, like, just in a freaking strict household, because my mom just swore to God that someday I was gonna get kidnapped or she was gonna get some crazy call. So my mom was strict as fuck. All the little fun stuff, like, growing up that I wanted to do, like spending the night at my friend's house, or like going to a school lock-in, or like fucking the Chick-fil-A school nights, like just stuff like that, or like at different places. I did not get to go to that kind of stuff. Very sheltered. So I feel like when I was in my teens, I said to myself, like, no, when I start to get old, like when I'm an adult and I'm in charge of my own life, I'm definitely gonna make choices that feel comfortable to me, because I gotta think for me now. That's good. So I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'm gonna take advantage and do the things that I always wanted to do, and nobody's gonna stop me. And I do that now. And because I do it as a reminder to myself that, like, I am capable of doing anything that I put my mind to, but also as a public view for my son. So it all has been working out great for me. Moving out there, it was amazing. Leaving Houston, like I was out there for 3.5 years. It would have been longer if the fucking rent was not crazy. And that alone is something that pissed me off about being out there, because it's not like these places look like, you know, like when you're in Texas, you get a lot of luxury for way cheap, but like it's some good shit. And you paying a decent price. Like, you know, like where you live, it'll make you feel like, okay, it's worth it what I'm paying here. But no, when you go to California or like any other place like New York and shit, no, you're paying that luxury price for some bullshit. So that's one thing that like hindered me from wanting to leave Texas too, is because another thing, that is comfortable. I was comfortable, but nah, being out there, I see they scammers. They is scammers. And those people that live out there is way too damn nice, because if they actually said how they felt, other than like, oh, well, you know, the beach is out here, the view is pretty, the weather is everything, the people are so nice, instead of, why the fuck am I paying this high ass rent and this shit look like some shit in little fucking Mexico? No, ghetto. Everybody pays a different price to be different. So if they like it, I love it. For me, no, I had to bring my ass back to what made sense, because who's paying these bills? Me. I'm paying these bills. Now, when I was in a relationship, I was married, of course, I wasn't thinking about no bills. But like coming back here after that, ugh, crazy stuff. But I done bounced from like 2 whole ass different areas that like I was not used to, like being out here. So it's not like I'm even just in Houston anymore. Like I be on the outskirts for real. Like, and I don't know. I may go further and further away. I don't know, depending on how this all goes. However I feel, that shit is new. I said that all to say, fear of starting something new, if I would have let that hinder me and stop me, I wouldn't have known all the greatness that came with those opportunities. And neither would my son or like my family members. So you can't just let that be the only thing that's factoring or determining your next moves. Because like, that's not fair to you or the people around you, especially if you got kids. So that's something you should think about. First step into something new isn't supposed to feel comfortable. It's supposed to feel necessary. I see. I got that right on time. Oh, right. Oh, and also, you guys, I feel like this episode topic is like so on point with us just starting and stepping into a new chapter of our lives with the Spring Equinox about to come up March 19th. If you guys don't know what the Spring Equinox is, it's basically the spiritual new year. It's our real new year. That's why y'all be feeling like everything just dead and halted and stagnant energy in January. Yeah, that's because that's not the real new year. Like, it doesn't feel right moving forward because we still in the like dead of the fucking winter. How can anybody move forward in the winter? That doesn't even make sense. But anywho, the impact of this on mental health. Yeah, because overthinking new beginnings, it does not just feel like stalled progress. It feel like it's draining your mental and emotional energy. But I feel like in a previous episode we've talked about decision paralysis. I was about to say decision analysis paralysis, but we had an episode on analysis paralysis. If y'all haven't listened to that, go listen to it. It's a really good episode. But we have analysis paralysis, but this one is just decision paralysis, so I was talking about in those like personal stories. Okay, so I got some coping strategies for y'all, and we're gonna go through the first one. Reframe the fear. Instead of seeing new beginnings as losing something, see it as gaining clarity and on new opportunities. And when you put it like that, it makes it all the better. Okay. Trust your intuition. Oh my gosh. Now, I feel like trusting your intuition is just like you training your mind. And like the more you strengthen it, the more comfortable you feel with the outcome of certain problems or certain just things in your life in general. So I just really recommend doing that. Like the more you second guess your intuition, like what you think, because what you think matters. And what you feel and what you know, when you just like, you can't explain it, but you feel it. You feel that shit so hard that like, ain't no way you can be wrong, or at least not close to the truth. And whenever you like try to get that out and somebody makes you feel like what you're saying is inadequate, or like you just far off, or like, and I'm not even just talking about romantically, I'm talking about like any kind of relationship, family relationships, because your family will make you feel crazy sometimes, or like try to question you, or just make you not be sure of yourself because, I don't know, sometimes they rather keep you in a box that's more comfortable for them to deal with you in. So like, yeah, family, romantic relationships, fucking coworkers, because coworkers will do the same shit to you. Just any relationship dynamic, really. But yeah, they will try to just make you think like, nah, if you know, like, okay, if you don't have physical evidence of like what you feeling or what you knowing, 9 times out of 10, when you follow through with that evidence is gonna come with it. It's gonna come by itself, supporting whatever you was thinking, and that's gonna validate and confirm how the fuck you were feeling, your intuition. Let you know, like, yeah, you was correct. So you would think, like, just logically, like, okay, once I do that a few times, that should already tell me, like, I'm onto something. I'm getting this correct. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when it makes sense to listen to that, yes, it does make sense. But common sense is not always so common, even to me. So yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, me personally, I just feel like I'm more of a person who, which they tell you this is backwards. Like my mama and them will tell me like, no, that's backwards. You have to believe it to see it. But me, I gotta see it to believe it kind of person. Then I'll go from that. But yeah, nah, they'll tell me, no, that's wrong. It's the other way around. You need to believe it first, and then you gonna see it. I feel like that's literally how intuition works. Believe it, then you see it. The receipts come by themselves. It's already gonna come validate how you were feeling. And then that person or those people gonna make you feel like, I mean, they gonna look like stupid. Cause why would you try to play with me like that? I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I do want to incorporate something new with you guys since we're in the energy of the spring equinox. And I think I'm gonna do this in every episode, not just this one. So I want to, well, because this is fitting to what we're talking about in this episode, I want to give you guys a challenge so that you can take this with you and work on it and give me some feedback on how it worked for you. So for this episode, we're gonna have the What If It Works challenge. So let's make this real. For the next 24 hours, every time you have a bad thought or just like a negative response to something, a question that you might have in your mind, ask yourself, interrupt that thought and say, okay, well, what if it actually worked? What if I actually do get this? What if I actually do pass this test? What if I actually get what I want? What if I don't gotta worry about nothing else? Like, abruptly, like, be rude about it. Like, excuse me to that thought and just say, what if? And then fix it to where it's pertaining to your situation. And when y'all do that, I want you to, monitor it too. Because when you think about like, okay, nobody can really ruin my day, or like, well, actually, let me not say that, because like people can most definitely ruin your day. But how you react to the situation is going to make the outcome of it. You have that power. So it's the same thing like with your thinking, how you react to the decision paralysis. So yeah, just interrupt it and get into it. What if it works? When you think like that, this is why it will work better for you. It's gonna shift your mindset from fear to possibility. That's the most fun part. It's like, it's the possibility of this going wrong, but there's also the possibility of me actually getting like what I want from the situation. It breaks down the negativity loop, keeping you stuck. So the decision paralysis again, and it forces you to consider that maybe, just maybe, this could go right. And you deserve that too. So yeah, pick something you've been overthinking, whether that be a decision, a risk, or a new beginning, and catch yourself slipping into the doubt. Pause and ask, what if it actually worked out? Blah, we already did that. Okay, I want y'all to do this what if challenge, and I want to hear from you guys, whether that be in the comments or in our email, in our phone number. All of these things are still the same, and they're located in every description. So y'all pay attention. Y'all know how to find this stuff. Y'all is not slow. But anyway, okay, so yeah, we're gonna get into what's going on with me. That's new. Okay. Well, I started going to the gym, you guys, and I've been going for almost a month, and it's been fun because I don't think I've been to the gym since I was like in high school when I was running track, and that was like 2017 was the last year I did that. So that's crazy, right? But also, fortunately, and mind you, I didn't have a whole baby and everything. This is it. You know, people always ask me, oh my gosh, like, what's the workout routine? Or like, what do you eat? What's your diet? Guys, this is just genetics. I can't make this shit up. My mama looked the same. My grandmama looked the same. My great-great-grandmama looked the same. It's just in us, not on us. So, but one thing that I wanted to do is like, yeah, I'm definitely loving my shape and like just the person that I'm growing into naturally, but like I can get in there and tone up and just make it all the more better. It's like, damn, just when you thought it couldn't get better, and then God gave y'all me. So yeah, we doing that, the whole gym thing. That's cool. The fucking podcast. Hello. doing this podcast alone, which is a major, big step for me, but I'm excited because it can only go up from here. I'm just really excited, and I'm grateful to everybody who has stuck with Black Girl Overthinking as a whole and just supported. Like, I'm so grateful for y'all. I love hearing from y'all. I love it when y'all just interact with us in general, whether that be on a post or in our email when y'all spilling what's going on, or just anything. I really appreciate it. So for this episode, I know you guys are expecting, am I overthinking or what? But honestly, I want to just let this be an intro to a new season, a new chapter, a new light, new feelings, new environments, just all the new. Because it's exciting to step into those things and to watch somebody go from one thing to another, because it's inspiring as well. And that's one thing that I want to do, is to be inspiring as well. You guys will just get to know me a little bit more, but also we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty, no limits. And we're also gonna have some very exciting guests in the season, just because I feel like, although I am so awesome with getting my point across to you guys by myself, it's just all the more comfortable to me when I get to bounce off somebody else's energy, especially somebody that understands me. And it's okay even if they don't understand me, or if we have different viewpoints on things, because that's also why I love to have guests, because I don't want no yes man or somebody just agreeing every time I say something. Okay, if you genuinely agree with it, cool, but I know we're not gonna agree on everything. So I love to have people there that can challenge my viewpoints and give me a different perspective on how I look at some things, because I don't want to just remain the same in my thinking, just like I don't want y'all to remain the same in your thinking. We're all growing and elevating, and part of doing that is having these kind of experiences regularly. So yeah, we're not doing am I overthinking or what questions in this episode, but in the next one and the ones after, we will. I'm grateful for this community and just for this opportunity to get to talk to like-minded people, or people who at least have an open mind to hearing my viewpoints on things, or just people listening and taking this and actually applying it to their lives, and be damn, at the end of the day, when they walk away from that situation, this is what I took from it. And that helped me, because now I have a different view on it, and I can share that with other people. So I'm really grateful for that. And each day is just a chance to grow and evolve. I'm really grateful for that. I'm loving the direction that everything is going so far. And I feel like a lot of that is because I listen to myself, and I challenge myself, and I hold myself accountable, and I discipline myself. So the results of that, it's really cool to see and experience, and to just watch unfold. Is different, and I'm trying to make it my normal so that it doesn't feel as different. Closing thoughts: waiting for the right moment only keeps you stagnant. Keep going. Take that leap. Do it, even if it scares the hell out of you. That's all the more reason to do it, because you don't want to know what might happen versus what you think. Because what you think at the end of the day is only what you think until you do something about it, or you go see it, you be correct about it. You gotta take that step. You don't need all of the answers, just the willingness to move forward. Okay, so the first affirmation that I want to give you guys is, I trust myself to navigate for new beginnings. Wait, did I say that right? No. Oh, okay. I trust myself to navigate new beginnings with clarity and courage. Fear does not define my path. Faith does. Oh my gosh, you guys, speaking of faith, I forgot to tell y'all. So, I got baptized like 2 weeks ago. My ancestors was so proud. I know my grandpa was, because he loved the Lord, and I love the Lord too. But I don't know, I don't think I've ever been baptized. Or if like I did, I don't remember it. My mom probably did, but I don't know. So, because like growing up, my family was in the church a lot. So probably. But yeah, it was really like renewing in a way. And it was a very beautiful experience. A lot of my family was there, my close family. Yeah, I love that. So I feel like that also helped me like step into a new chapter as well. Oh my gosh, and I went to Greece for my birthday by myself. Y'all, okay. It's just a lot of new things that I did that I'm so proud of. But yeah, okay, anyways. Fear does not define my path. Faith does. So yeah, that's very true. I am evolving and I embrace this transformation because even though it can get ugly sometimes, there is still beauty in that. But you gotta embrace it because the only way to get through the ugly is to go through it. Unfortunately, because that's just real life. I am evolving and I embrace the transformation with an open heart. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode and just for still rocking with me. We are here at season 4, first episode of many, and this is gonna be interesting. I am like a little scared to see like the direction that I take this, but like I'm excited too, because you guys know, like I've always said, if you're an avid listener, you know how much I'll say this, but BGO is like my baby. This is my second born, and it means so much to me. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I just want to, just like parenting my first son, I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. And you don't have nobody like really telling you that. It's like, yeah, you have people like who listen and like will give you feedback on your show, but like just real raw with you or me, I don't really be having that, because also I feel like things that I hold like really close to my heart, I don't be feeling like I have to share them with anybody else. So in a sense, it's just like, I don't know, I'm a little bit like selfish with BGO, but also I'm like, I can't be the only one that raises it, you know? That's why it's very important to me, like when I hear from y'all. So when you making your comments on your favorite part of the episode, or what you can relate to, or what you want to try, or sending in your am I overthinking or what questions, like trusting us with your situation, trusting me with your situation to give you some honest feedback and some advice on going forward, that is so fucking awesome to me. And I really appreciate that. And I hope y'all never think that I take that for granted. Because I do hear you and I see you. I see y'all's emails. I see your DMs. I see your comments. I see all of your interactions, and I'm very grateful for them. So until the next episode, Shroomies, stay positive and keep overthinking.